As he spoke, Dante looked toward the spot where the fishing vessel had been wrecked and started. The red cap of one of the sailors hung to a point of the rock, and some timbers that had formed part of the vessel's keel floated at the foot of the crag. In an instant, Dante's plan was formed. He swam to the cap, placed it on his head, seized one of the timbers, and struck out so as to cut across the course the vessel was taking. "I am saved," murmured he, and this conviction restored his strength. He soon saw that the vessel, with the wind dead ahead, was tacking between the Chateau d'If and the Tower of Planier. For an instant he feared lest, instead of keeping in shore, she should stand out to sea. But he soon saw that she would pass, like most vessels bound for Italy, between the islands of Jaros and Calasei-Renier. However, the vessel and the swimmer insensibly neared one another, and in one of its tacks the tartan bore down within a quarter-mile of him. He rose on the waves, making signs of distress, but no one on board saw him, and the vessel stood another tack. Dante would have shouted, but he knew that the wind would drown his voice. It was then he rejoiced at his precaution in taking the timber, for without it he would have been unable, perhaps, to reach the vessel. Certainly to return to shore, should he be unsuccessful in attracting attention. Dante, although almost sure as to what course the vessel would take, had yet watched it anxiously until it tacked and stood towards him. Then he advanced, but before they could meet, the vessel again changed her course. By a violent effort he rose half out of the water, waving his cap, and uttering a loud shout peculiar to sailors. This time he was both seen and heard, and the tartan instantly steered toward him. At the same time, he saw that they were about to lower the boat. Dante's just flying by the seat of his pants here, taking opportunities where they come. I guess when you're hungry, naked, he's naked, don't forget he's naked, except for this cap, he's got a cap now. When you're hungry, you're naked, and you're on the run, you do kind of have to just be ready for any opportunity that presents itself. Luckily, his nautical skills are going to pay off here in him recognizing that this is a fishing vessel, not someone from the prison out looking for him. But can he trust the people that are on board this fishing vessel? What type of people are on board this fishing vessel? The first person that comes to mind is Quint from Jaws. I don't think he would turn in Dante. He wouldn't turn in a naked man on the run, I don't think. I mean, Quint was pretty mercenary. But what about Jack Sparrow? No, I don't think he would turn in anyone either, because he would be the one in Dante's position. What other famous captains are there? Captain Jean-Luc Picard, maybe? If we set the Count of Monte Cristo in space. Ooh, that's an idea. Yeah, we can adapt the Count of Monte Cristo to being an outer space science fiction story. Would Jean-Luc Picard turn Dante over? I don't think so. He would hold him in the ready room. He would interrogate him. He would try to get to the bottom of the story. He might go and have a conversation with the prison guards over at the Chateau d'If, the governor, try to understand the moral situation before making a decision. Is any of this helpful in trying to understand what's going on with Dante and this fishing ship? I doubt it. I myself am floating at sea here. We might have mentioned this much earlier in the book because the names sound somewhat familiar, but Jaros and Calasei-Renier are actual islands. I mean, is that any surprise at this point that Dumas is using real places? I feel like everywhere he has mentioned in this book has been real. And they are part of this archipelago off of Marseille. So using real world things, I couldn't find any information as to whether or not they are inhabited or uninhabited. I'm going to assume inhabited because Dante had mentioned that Tiberlin and the other island were uninhabited. So, but one thing kind of stuck out to me, and I did, who knows if this cursed Google search I just did is going to provide us with any accurate information. But one thing that caught my eye in this passage was, let me see if I could find the right thing here. Yes. By a violent effort, he rose half out of the water, waving his cap and uttering a loud shout peculiar to sailors. So when I first read that, I was like, what kind of weird ass sounds is he making to capture the attention? Like peculiar sounds. to capture the attention of the sailors, just like making noises that are not diegetic to the sea at all, just to go, what the hell is that noise? What's that on the starboard bow? Is that a term? I don't know. I'm not nautical at all. But and then I realized, oh, Landon, come on, this is a little bit archaic language, and you just read that wrong. A loud shout peculiar to sailors isn't a peculiar sound. It is a sound familiar to sailors, and this is essentially like before whistles and other signal flares, other things that would indicate off a distance of sorts that you are in distress. Sailors would actually have a specific kind of shout and a specific kind of wave that they can do that other sailors would recognize as someone needing saving. So I don't know what that looks like or sounds like, but it's waving the hat and making that peculiar sailor noise. Anyway, let's continue here tomorrow with more of Chapter 21 as we barrel toward the end of the chapter. Until then, I'll see you. Okay, goodbye. The Countdown of Monte Cristo is part of the Gruntwork Podcast Network. This show is produced, edited, and hosted by Landon Solano. The original text of The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. Theme song by Magic Solo. If you want to support the show and others like it, visit patreon.com/gruntworkpod. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow.